Hey guys, today's science lesson is going to be on the life cycle of a butterfly, and I'm going to read this book to you guys all about the monarch butterfly. Orange and black wings flutter over a field on a sunny summer day. They are the bright wings of a monarch butterfly. The monarch flies from flower to flower. It stops to rest for just a moment, and then it's off again. The butterfly has laid an egg on a milkweed plant. The egg is about the size of a pencil point. It sparkles in the sunlight like a tiny jewel. Then, this is the first stage in the life of a new monarch butterfly. A few days later, the egg looks darker. The head of a caterpillar is pushing through the thin shell. The caterpillar is also called a larva. It will crawl out of the egg and onto the plant. The caterpillar begins eating the moment it hatches. The first thing it eats is the eggshell that it just left. After that, it eats only one thing: milkweed leaves. The caterpillar eats and grows until it can no longer fit inside its tight skin. It must molt or shed its skin. It leaves its old skin behind and crawls away in a new, looser skin. The caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to open up this page. This is called a 2-page spread. It's where one picture goes on 2 pages. And look at that caterpillar shedding its skin right here. Then something amazing happens. The caterpillar stops crawling. It even stops eating. Instead, it hangs upside down from its hind legs. Its skin splits and slides up. Underneath is a hard case. The caterpillar is beginning its next life stage. It is now called a chrysalis or a pupa. When I was in school, we learned that this stage was called the cocoon. But the form of what's happening here, we call it the chrysalis. Funny story, we found a butterfly out here probably 2 weeks ago, and it was flying off, and my little boy, he's 4, he said, "Is it going to its cocoa?" And I said, "What?" He said, "It's going to go into a cocoa." And he was trying to say that a cocoon. It was going to go to a cocoon. So I can tell that I need to work on the caterpillar life cycle to a butterfly with him. At first, the chrysalis is pale green with gold dots. Then the hard case slowly becomes clear. Inside, you can see the pupa's body has changed. It is turning into an adult butterfly. The chrysalis splits, and a monarch butterfly crawls out. Its wings are damp and crumpled. They straighten as they slowly fill with blood. The butterfly sits quietly for a few hours as its wings dry and stiffen. Then it flies off. Look how pretty. So if you're out in your yard and you see butterflies with this color, this look, they are called a monarch butterfly. That's the type of butterfly it is, monarch. All right. Like its parents, this monarch visits milkweed flowers to feed on nectar. It has gone through all 4 stages of its life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult, in about a month's time. These changes are called metamorphosis. Now, new female butterflies will lay their eggs on milkweed plants, and the monarch life cycle will continue. So now this butterfly will lay eggs on the milkweed plant, and then it'll happen all over again. It continues. Life cycles are always continuing. Can you put these in order? All right, let me open it up. All right, so we've got the adult butterfly, the caterpillar, the first stage, the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, the formation of the chrysalis, and then another stage that goes with this one. Now we need to figure out which one comes first and put them in order. You ready? What do we have to have first? This is a little tricky. It's kind of like which comes first, the chicken or the egg. So let's say we have the butterfly first. What does the butterfly have to do on the leaf of a milkweed plant? It has to lay an egg. So which egg? Is it this or this? So here's the egg, the tiny, tiny, tiny egg. So first we have a butterfly, and then it lays an egg. And then what happens? What does that egg do? It turns into a caterpillar. And what's the first thing the caterpillar eats when it comes out? Part of that egg. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Then what does that caterpillar do? It turns into, what's the word? The chrysalis. And then what happens? While the caterpillar's in here, it begins transforming into a butterfly. And then that butterfly comes out, flies away, and it looks like this. So although this was our first step, it's also our last step, because it's going to go all over again. And here is the life cycle of a butterfly. The baby egg, tiny, tiny, tiny egg on the leaf, turns into a caterpillar. Caterpillar hatches out of the egg. And then that caterpillar eats, and then it begins transforming. And then inside there, it turns into a butterfly. The butterfly comes out, and it is an adult butterfly. So what I want you to do today is remember these 4 stages of a butterfly's life. Are you ready? Here's the 4 words: egg, larva, pupa, and then adult. And adult means the butterfly. That's the adult stage of the butterfly. And that is all within about 1 month. So let's think about how many days are in a month. 30 days in a month. About 30 days, it does all that. The whole life cycle happens in about 30 days. So thinking about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly, let's look at this paper right here. Life cycle of a butterfly, and it wants us to talk about the 4 steps that we discussed earlier in the life cycle of a butterfly. Now it gives us little examples at the bottom. The caterpillar. What's that called? Who remembers? As it begins forming into the chrysalis, the egg on the milkweed leaf, and then the butterfly. So let's talk about this. Which one would I put first? All right, first, the egg onto the leaf. And then what comes next? So we've already used this one. What happens next? What hatches out of that egg? A caterpillar. So the caterpillar will go next. What happens after the caterpillar? Is it the butterfly or is it the chrysalis? Can a caterpillar turn straight into a butterfly? Nope, it has to go through all the steps of the metamorphosis. So the chrysalis will come then, and then last we have a butterfly. Now, does it stop there? Does it just stop there? Does the butterfly stop and that's it? No. See the arrow? That butterfly is going to go lay an egg, and it's going to happen all over again. So when this egg hatches into a caterpillar, it's going to go through all the transitions and become a butterfly, and then that butterfly is going to do it again. So the female butterflies lay eggs, and it happens over and over and over again. So think about that. Every time you see a little caterpillar crawling on your sidewalk, or you see a butterfly flying in the air, think about the process that it goes through to become a butterfly.